Hey, let me tell you a story. I went to war over a pig. Yeah, I am full of stories today. I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened. So, if your granny is a good cook and they need a job, this might be good for you. Where? How? Which side? Who said that? Who told you that? I was rough, right? These days the wines, it tastes good there. We even have the sweet one and it's very good. Everything's very well, I would know. Hello beautiful person, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ms Lanii and today we are going to discuss some random fun facts. Very random, from crazy politics to people that made it to the Guinness Book of Records and funny stuff and history, everything pretty much. We're gonna cover that. Oh, before I go further, I want to say thank you for 200 subscribers, and actually the last time I checked we were very close to 250 subscribers, which is crazy. I am so happy and grateful that you're here, but without further ado, let's get into the video. Random fun fact number 1. A woman named Chow Smith from Kansas City in Missouri celebrated her 70th birthday by running 7 marathons in 7 different continents in 7 days. Now let's get this straight. This woman was traveling from one continent to another on a daily basis and running marathons on each one of them at 70 years old. Mina, I don't think I'll be able to finish one marathon in general. I don't care where it is and how often I'm doing it, just one. So she ran those marathons from January 25th to 31st, and this whole time she was wearing a pink pussy hat. And isn't that cute? Pussycat hat. Dear God, the words that have become demonized in this world. Anyway, but yeah, she was wearing that cute pink hat throughout all of her marathons. I think that is the cutest thing ever. So in our continent, she ran in Cairo, Egypt, and then in other places there was Amsterdam, New York. I forgot the others, but she literally hopped from one plane to another, one marathon to another on a daily basis for 7 days. At 70 years old. I think that is really amazing, despite me thinking about how that is something that I wouldn't generally do. I think I'm able to draw inspiration from such courage and such strength. That's amazing, right? Fun fact number 2. So most people break up on a Monday. Apparently this is so, and I think maybe on Mondays you should be careful. Maybe if you're suspecting there's a breakup coming, switch off the phone and go AWOL or something like that, because apparently people are most likely to break up on a Monday. I mean, this study is apparently not very accurate, considering that it was run according to Facebook statuses and stuff like that, but you know, how many people really break up and go over to Facebook to update their relationship status, right? You get my drift. And but if you look at it in a sort of way, people are generally more grumpy on Mondays, generally more overwhelmed by things and just mad at the world on Mondays. So I would understand why people would decide that it's a good idea to end their relationships on Monday. Oh, and if you see me glancing this way, my notes are this way. So yeah, there's that. Fact number 3. If your granny is a good cook and they need a job, this might be good for you. There is a restaurant in New York that hires grannies as chefs. Exclusively grannies, and this is grannies from all over the world. Well, the owner is Italian, so there's Italian grannies, there's grannies from the Caribbean, the United States, and various places. This restaurant is called Enoteca Maria. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it properly, but I'll put the name on the screen. It's Enoteca Maria. It's located in the State Island in New York. So it is said that there's about 30 to 40 grannies that work in this restaurant, which it makes a lot of sense. So they switch shifts and things like that. Because if you think about it, like, you can't have a granny working for 8 or more hours a day, right? So it makes a lot of sense that they switch shifts. And so I mentioned the Caribbean and Italy and these other places. There is also Japan, the Philippines, and Sri Lanka. So wow, it sounds really wholesome. I would love to go, because I feel like grannies, yes, they know more than a lot of us do, or whatever the case is, but also grannies cook with love. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, you can cook your beef stew or whatever and stuff in your own house, and it tastes good, right? Picasso. I like it, Picasso. And you feel like a mini Gordon. Why can't I speak? A Gordon Ramsay or something like that. But then grannies will cook the very same thing and put love in it. It tastes different. Can we agree? If you have a granny like that, comment below, because I do. Literally, I'm going to show people on TikTok how I make homemade buns, and the recipe came from my granny. Okay. Fun fact number 4. Let me tell you a story about America's first bank robbers. Like, America doesn't cease to amaze me, especially when I look at their history. I'm like, these people. Anyway, so amongst the crew of America's first bank robbers was a man called Isaac Davis. Before we get into our friend Isaac Davis, the bank that they targeted was the Bank of Pennsylvania. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. The Bank of Pennsylvania, right? Cool. So when the robbery happened, there was no sign of break-in. So the authorities thought this will have something to do with the locksmith. The carpenter that worked on the vault doors is the one that ended up getting arrested. So the carpenter's name was Samuel Robinson, and he was actually locked up for 3 months for this accusation. The authorities believed that he worked on the doors and he hung the keys and kept the spare key, right? So he spent 3 months in jail for this accusation before our friend Davis was found. This is how Davis was found. So the friend that Davis had robbed the bank with had died a few days after the robbery of yellow fever. And so David took his share and he decided, I guess, to put it in the bank. And guess which bank he chose? The Bank of Pennsylvania. Yes, the exact bank where he took the money from. Yeah, he went back there and put the money back bit by bit, right? And so when they realized this, I'm not even sure how, but like they saw that there was a man that was now all of a sudden depositing ridiculous amounts of money on a very, very regular basis. So they started looking into him, and when he was actually taken in for questioning, he didn't deny anything. He confessed and said everything, like, yeah, I'm the one that did this, blah blah, this is exactly how it went down. Apparently he cooperated very well. So it turned out that this was an inside job after all. A man called Thomas Cunningham slept, I think he was the janitor or the cleaner, he slept on the carpenter's hole on the night of the robbery. So he managed to let the other guys in and they shared the money or whatever. And when Davis was caught, he gave a full confession, like I said, and he never spent a day in prison, and even after this confession, they still kept the carpenter in custody. They claimed that somehow he had something to do with this, and maybe Davis was holding back some information. I don't know why they would do something like this, but he spent the carpenter spent weeks in jail still, even after that confession. When they finally let him out, he apparently wrote a book about this whole thing. He sued the bank and he was compensated very well. So it was some sort of a happy ending for the carpenter, but he suffered for something that he actually hadn't done. So yeah, that is the story. I really think this Isaac Davis guy is just a disappointment. I'm very disappointed. I mean, he could have found more clever ways of, keeping his money, don't you think? Also, he never spent a day in jail. I don't feel like he got what he deserved. And also, the friend that died just after the robbery, he never got to spend that money. Like, they went through what they went through for nothing, really. How disappointing. Fun fact number 5. Here's something interesting. You know Duolingo, right? The app where you can learn various languages like French, Arabic, I think Turkish, Spanish. I personally learned some Spanish from Duolingo. Apparently you can learn that language from Game of Thrones on the app as well. I mean, if you know anything about Game of Thrones, you know that language is the language they made up for the show. But apparently Duolingo went as far as having everything that has to do with the language on their app. So if you are a Game of Thrones geek, well, you're in for a treat. You have me to thank for it. Comment below. Thank you, Lanii. So fun fact number 6 really falls under a list that I already have. I'm probably gonna have a designated video for this, but like a list I already have of politicians making questionable decisions. So apparently Canada and the United States almost once went to war over a pig. Yeah, I am full of stories today. I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened. So apparently in 1859, when Canada was still being ruled by the British, a farmer called Lyman Cutler killed a pig because he had found the pig eating his potatoes in his farm. And this pig happened to have been from the Canadian side. And guess what happened afterwards? The British authorities threatened to arrest Cutler and get every other American away from the Canadian side. And so the American government dispatched, the US Army rather, dispatched 64 soldiers to go and deal with the situation. Like literally they put together, the army was going to go and handle the situation, but fortunately negotiations were made, and after the soldiers had gotten there, apparently there was more preparations that were made that I'm not even talking about here, but luckily the issue was resolved with no casualties. But mature old white men sat down and they agreed that it was a great idea to send 64 soldiers to deal with a situation that had to do with the men being arrested for killing a pig and for killing a pig that ate his potatoes. This was a national emergency. Fun fact number 7 is very simple, but it may spark a lot of conversation, hopefully. But avocados are food. They are not a vegetable. Yeah, when somebody tells you, oh my god, no, avocados are vegetables, where? How? Which side? Who said that? Who told you that? All these questions, ask them exactly that. Because avocados are what? A fruit. Well done. Fun fact number 8. Have you ever wondered where the term raise a toast came from? Because you raise a glass with wine, there is no toast anywhere there. I have wondered, but I never had wondered enough to go Google. But now you're gonna know. So apparently this term was invented by the Romans in ancient Rome, because they apparently used to put toast, literally put toast in their wines, burnt toast, and apparently this would temper some of the taste of some of the bad wine they used to have. Who would have known that it's, I wanted to say it's that simple, but yeah, imagine having to drink bad wine and actually putting burnt toast in the wine to make it taste better. Hey, that sounds rough, eh? So apparently what the toast would do is remove the reduce the acidity of the wines, which made it taste a little better. UI was rough, wait, these days the wines, it tastes good there. We even have the sweet one, and it's very good. Everything's very well, I would know. You can comment below if you know. Fun fact number 9. Fun fact number 9 is for those people that feel really stuck in their creativity, and also since we are nearing winter, there's some people that are not gonna be hitting the shower. That it's for those people too. I'm here to tell you that multiple studies have been done in multiple parts of the world, and a lot of people actually confirm that they feel more creative after taking a shower or during a shower. So if you feel like your creative juices are not flowing as they're supposed to be, taking a shower might be a good idea. If winter really hits hard and you think taking a shower is not a good idea, my friend, you might want to reconsider if you want to use your creative juices. Okay, drink more water. Worry about nada. Fun fact number 10. So did you know how many pleats there is in the chef's head? Because I had no idea. I just thought, they just put pleats. I didn't think that there is a particular number. It turns out it is 100 pleats, and it turns out that those pleats are actually for a reason. It's meant to signify their level of experience and capability, like the 100 ways they know off the top of their head of how to make an egg. I had no idea that there is as much as 100 eggs. There's as much as 100 ways you can make an egg. I talked about this on TikTok actually, on a live, and people were talking about how you can do this, you can do that with the egg, you can bake with it, you can whatever. But like me now, I was thinking on a level of like, you can fry, you can scramble, you can boil. After that, what can you do? You can fry an egg, and then what? And then what? So I'm like, okay, it makes sense. It makes more sense if you mean they're talking about what you can mix it with, like you can use it as an egg wash, or you can whatever, boil it, blah, do this, mix it with this and make this and that. So yeah, but the fun fact is the 100 pleats and how they signify a chef's level of knowledge, like the 100 ways they know how to make an egg. And that is the end of our video, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you learned something from it. Comment below if you liked anything more than the other, or if you just want to comment to boost, or if you just love me, or if you love my hair or something of the sort. I love you so much. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe and share if you would like to do that, and go follow me on TikTok. I think I'm more lit on TikTok than I am on Instagram. Okay. Mwah. I love you. Friends, if you got this far, do me a favor, please. Comment below the emoji, the 100 emoji, so I can, see who's vibing with me, who loves these fun facts, and who goes as far as the end, which, if you're here, I am honored. Thank you so much. I love you. Mwah. Right. I hope that's better. What is going on? Cool. I think most of the time. Maybe I'm gonna get tired and then I'm gonna do that. Where am I gonna put it? The bank of pencil. Okay, before we get into our friend, so apparently this term was ow.